Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 25 of Direwolf20's Modern Skyblock series. Oh boy, we've got an ecto-something sapling, specter sapling from Random Things, has been completed. So now we're just waiting on that thing to grow so that I can get another specter sapling and some specter wood. And in theory, we should be good. So if we want to finish out this chapter, the next thing we need to get into is this section. So basically there's three mods in this chapter. There's the Random Things mod, which is all, so Silent Gems is in here too. So we got Silent Gems, Random Things, and then we've got Psi. So we're going to be taking a look at Psi this episode, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there's like a companion mod to Psi that basically instead of making it a tech mod, it's like more of a magic-based mod. So we won't be going into any heavy-duty Psi programming stuff, but what we will be doing, theoretically, is knocking through some of these quests here that will eventually get me to psionic armor and tools, which sounds fun. And we'll see what kind of maybe nifty things we can come up with that might be useful for us. So to get, hey, look, it's Phantom Tree. Look at that, and it's all invisible looking. I like that. So like, got a sapling. Quest complete. That's what's up. Boom. Give me another one. Because I did not get any ectoplasm from that. But quest complete, so that's what counts, dudes. So we'll claim our loot chest here. And that, ooh, rare mega loot case. Okay, cool. Anything good from there? Zoinks. Some kind of hat. Dragon armor provides luck. 41. 41 luck, huh? Not entirely sure. I'm assuming that's like better drop chance of things, but okie dokie. Did I ever even make like a chest for Random Things stuff? I guess you can go in here because you're technically a plant. Technically a plant. I wonder if specter saplings can be put in these guys, because that would be cool. I'm assuming you can't. Specter sapling? Do you have like a bonsai hopper situation going on here? I mean, it's ore dictionary with saplings, it looks like, so it can be used in place of any sapling anywhere. But I don't see it as being a hopping bonsai option, which most plants are in this pack, or most trees are in this pack. But anyway, into the rod. So to start off with Psi, you're going to need to construct a basic CAD. So we need a rod constructor and an iron rod frame. Okay, so yeah, basically Psi with this mod gets completely reskinned as more of like a pure magic mod. So like instead of like the gun, you get a rod. Like, I think that's how it pretty much works. So iron rod frame looks pretty easy to make. So a little bit of iron. And some wood, which we might have some of nearby if we look closely enough. Cool. And check. Neat. All right. And then iron rod frame is complete. So yeah, notice that. And then rod constructor. Rod constructor. So that's a couple pieces of gold and a piston. Wasn't on my to-do list to get more gold. Maybe I should knock that out like really soon. What's gold? Do we have gold alchemical ore dust is question number one. And then question number two, I'm assuming we don't, right? Nickel we have. I don't think we have gold alchemical ore dust. Gold alchemical ore dust. I want to like get this fixed before. So 2 glowstone and wheat. That doesn't sound too bad. I do have a sash. Okay, cool. Still doesn't feel like I'm moving fast enough for me. And I'll get 2 wheat, and then we'll go drop you in here. Nifty. So that should be a healthy amount of gold alchemical ore dust, and we'll see how many gold ingots we get from a single one of these. Sound like a plan? Remember when I put that way in the corner so that you wouldn't hear the dinging noise all the time? Yeah. Dyer's a pro at this pack. All right, back to Psi. All right, so you... Quest complete. Nice. Loot chest, and we'll check it out in a minute. So that is this dude. Now we want some Psi dust. The very first thing you're able to do with your focusing wand is turn redstone into Psi dust. Yay. All right, so I have to remember how this mod works, because it's been like a stupidly long time. So like there's the iron rod frame, and then there's golden rod frames. And then there's, okay, cool. Like, here's C. Welcome to the Magical Psi, the best spell inscribing magic mod in the side of the universe. Yada 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 yada. As recipes are not included in the guide. In order to get started with spell sling, you'll need some Psi dust. To get Psi dust, you need to start by crafting a rod constructor and an iron rod frame. Place down the rod constructor and put the iron rod frame in it to construct a very bare bones rod. That's what we got to do. From there, drop some redstone dust in the world, equip your rod, point it at the dropped items, and right click to make your Psi dust. Okay, cool. So that, okay, cool, is how. Ooh, fancy sound effect. Ooh, and fancy particle effects. All the fancy. All right. I remember we need like. Ooh, level up. There we go. Sweet. Unequip your rod and press C to use it. All right. Yeah, neat. All right, so I got Psi dust, which is a quest. Nice. Claim. All right, casting spells. To make different spells, you're going to need a spell programmer, and to cast them, you're going to need to put them on a spell bullet. So this quest description seems like it was mostly written around the non-magical version of the mod, but you get the idea. However, you're probably going to want to construct a better focusing wand. Yeah, so we're going to want a spell inscriber and a spell node. Okay, so let's get these guys taken care of. Spell inscriber just needs an empty map, huh? Neat. Okay, I get the point. Trick debug, selector caster. Sweet. So I guess we're cool on the leveling up bit. And I presume I actually do need to use a compass for that. Fair enough. Mod. Look, JEI told me I didn't need to use a compass, so I was listening. Alright, spell inscriber. Sweet. Cool. You have no idea how to operate this. Really? Oh, not yet? Okay. Oh, right. I think I have to check to learn it. There we go. Welcome to the leveling menu. It looks like yada yada, lots of words. Now I can use it. Neat. I do like it. It's been literally, I think, since I made the Psi Spotlight that I've really played a lot with Psi. Which is a bummer, because it's a really good mod, and I just haven't gotten like the opportunity to use it as much as I probably would have liked to had I had the opportunity. So the spell node, I presume that's like the bullets in the non-magical version. So I need to make one of those. So like spell node. So there's like spell node, projectile spell node, loop cast, circle spell node, grenade, charge, and mine spell node. So pretty much all those things should look familiar. And that's a quest complete. Nice. Loot box. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, now we have to make a humble rod crux, a minor rod notch, and a glowing rod source. Cool. So that's going to be the better wand, I presume. So you are good for making about nothing except that. Neat. Fancy. I like the sound effects, too. I kind of like the magical theme to this, to Magical Psi. That's nifty. I like that quite a lot, actually. All right, so humble crux rod. That doesn't look too bad. So I assume these are complexity and projection, so that's, you know, the upgraded version, right? The quick one needs that, and okay, cool. Nifty. So that allows for more complexity and more projection. That allows for slightly less complexity, but more projection. I forget what those stats mean, but it's about how many things you can place in there. Minor rod notch, so we need one of those. And then we need a glowing rod source, right? So that gives you some overflow, it looks like. Cool. Am I totally out of gold at this point? I could be. Hey, remember like 5 minutes ago when I started making gold completely out of the blue? Hey, neat. It's like a stack and a half of gold. I'll take that. So let's throw 4 more in there. And that'll get me like 6 stacks of gold. And then we'll be in good shape for a little while, right? Alright, so now that we've got some gold, we should be ready to cook up some of this. And then I think I need, if I'm not mistaken, I need another one of these. And I remember, like, generally, like, because there's a golden rock for it. Efficiency 65, potency 150. So that's, and that doesn't need much more than just some gold. So let's do that, because why not? Does that sound cool? And I can trash this iron rod frame. Hopefully this lets me make this. So that all sound cool? Focusing rod. Neat. I like it. Been such a long time since I played with Psi. I'll throw some extra Psi things in there. Okay, cool. So then, therefore, quest complete, right? I hope you detected that quest completioning. Yeah, it did. All right, now you want me to get some Psi metal. Once you reach level 10 of Psi, you're able to turn gold into Psi metal. So we totally have to hit level 10 of Psi. So let's do it. Let's do it together. It's been a while since I played with Psi. So I'm a little excited. Let's open our things. Cicadas from the Twilight Forest. Royal Nuggets. And bouncy plates. All things that can go somewhere that's not in my inventory right now. All right. So the spell, dude, so words and words and words, but long story short, we need to do a trick debug in order to proceed to the next level. Selector caster. So if I made... That's my thing, right? So we want a trick debug, and the target can come from the bottom. And we did a selector caster. That looks... Ooh, look at that fanciness. That's cool. Look at that. I like that. That is neat. And what is it, like... Hello. So then I should be able to open you up. How do we put the thing in the thing? I kind of forget. How do we do this again? Right-click your rod with the bullet loaded. Okay, we didn't get that far. Place your bullet in there. All right. Place your new rod in the... Oh, that's right. That's right. So we put this guy in here. We put the bullet in there, and then he's good. And then we can open it. And now if we cast this... Hooray! We learned about Direwolf 20 and where he lives in the world. Let's Play World. That's the name of my world. See, I'm very creative with my names. You didn't think it was, like, limited to 9x9s being my creative skills, right? I'm playing in a map called Let's Play World. Alright, cool. So that's that. So now we should be able to level up to level 2. Check. Neat. So with this, we can use the constant number or a connector. So I remember that guy. So instead of feeding in a connector, I'm going to feed in the constant number. That should be cool. Okay. So then we can take this guy out. Do that. And now you should say 0. Nice! I'm remembering how things work. Just wait till we get to vectors. Cool, we're getting close to vectors. So I have to use trick add motion. Adds motion to target entity. All right, I can do this. I remember now. So let's do it. So what we're gonna want, you ready? You ready for this coolness? I think I can just delete you guys. So we're gonna do a trick add motion, because that's the one I need to do in order to progress to the next level. It's got that red underscore. So trick add motion, the target will be the caster, I think. And the direction will be entity look. And I'm going to use a wire here. Look at this. Of the caster. Ah, remember that. Neat. And we'll use a number 1 here for the speed. So are we cool? Amount of actions 0. Oh, that's okay. That's because I don't have my wand on me. If I put my wand on me, then you'll register that that's all good. Cool. All right, so now I should be able to do that, and sweet. When I right click, I move forward very slowly. If I bumped this up to a 5, 10, too much. 7, too much. 6, about as good as you're gonna get. So this should give me, and of course if we get better, oh hello, ow. I kind of overflowed my psionic energy a little bit. Whoops. Derp. Hey, look at that. Wow, that's a big charge up. So how much does this use? Psi cost on casting, 3,600. Okay, I've got 800. Yeah, and my wand is not super efficient, so that explains why that killed me so easily. Let's try like a 4. Now you guys get the gist of what it does, right? That's 1600. 2, that's 400. Okay, well, we'll just try that. Yeah, it used a lot. Okay, waypoint, remove. Don't worry, as I get leveled up, I'll get better spells. So that's cool. Level 4. Dun 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 dun. Do you like explosions? Of course you do. Let's make a spell that explodes the block the player is looking at. We're going to need Trick Explode. This takes a vector and a number constant, similar to the trick add motion. This constant is the power of the trick. The vector is where you want the explosion to happen. We already use operator entity look, kind of, but that gives us a vector that's very short. If we use that, the explosion would happen in our face. That's not good. Instead, we want to use operator vector ray trace. I remember these a little bit. Takes a position and a ray, both vectors, from the position, which will be the error suppressor, entity position, where it extends the ray parameter vector until it collides with a block. In the world note, operator in a position returns a vector whose y value is 1.6 higher than usual if used on a player. Therefore, if we use it alongside operator entity look, we can find where the player is looking at and create an explosion there. All right. So it's been a while, but we're going to give it our best shot. You ready? So let's clear this whole thing out. I think there's a clear everything on the table. Oh yeah, I remember the export clipboard stuff. And I could probably like cheese this a little bit and go just download a bunch of spells that use these, but I'm kind of enjoying remembering it. All right, so where do we want the explosion to occur? We want it to be a vector ray trace that combines the position and the ray. Now the position, the ray, and that purple I think means it's optional. So position, does that want to be entity look or entity? So from the position, which would be the player's position acquirable through operator in position, the operator extends the ray parameter until it collides with the block. So position will be entity position of the player, right? And the ray will be entity look of the player up, see? So the player's looking is the ray, and the player's position is the position. And the max, I'm not going to populate. And then you just need a power level of the explosion, which I'm going to make a 2. 420 power to cost, 646 for real. So this should create an explosion wherever I'm looking. It worked. It worked, it worked, it worked. Come here, entities. I want to explode you. Look, I'm blowing up all these items that are overflowing my item system that I still haven't sorted properly because I'm a bad direwolf. I think that actually destroys them, right? Works for me. Cleared up my FPS issues because I just destroyed a bunch of items that are set in the world. I really gotta sort that thing and like get bags to the appropriate spot and like void things. I've been manually going over there between episodes somewhat often and doing it, and I'm just a bad person for that. All right, so let's just try chopping the tree down this time. Hey, ectoplasm. Well, we got one ectoplasm, but the want is that we didn't get a sapling. So now I have to use the one ectoplasm that I got to get myself another sapling. How feels bad is that? All right. Boing. Not enjoying you random things and your randomness. All right, back to whatever I was working on. Apparently rain. Didn't I have a rain guard somewhere? I thought I had one of those. Where did it go? Didn't I make a rain guard like a long time ago? Is that what it's called? Rain guard? Or am I missing something? Rain shield? Yeah, there it is. Rain shield. Needs a blaze rod, which is I have one. Okay, cool. I know I had one of those, right? 3 netherrack and a flint. Swore I made one of these a while back, but maybe it got lost at some point. I was doing a lot of like breaking of things at some point too. Oh no, is the rain shield broken? Maybe that's why. Maybe it is in the world still, but it's broken and not working. That would be really sad. I love the rain shield. It's like my favorite thing ever. Alright. Hey, you're not rain shielding very well. Do the shielding. That's a huge bummer. Oh well. I guess it's raining. It's nighttime anyway, so let's just sleep. Okay, so now back to stuff and things. So we have to get up to chapter... so now we have entities, numbers, and vectors. Cool. We have to get up to chapter 10 for Psi Metal Infusion before we can do this. So let's do... I guess we have to do all three of these. So let's do entities. All right. Entities are an essential component to spell inscribing. While using spells like Select or Caster, it's possible to get the person casting the spell. The runes included here allow for targeting other entities in the world. You make use of runes here to create spells that affect other entities. Try using it with Trick, add motion on them instead of yourself. So operator closest to point gets the closest entity in a list to a point. So I should, I think, can I... Wasn't there like a complete clear thing? But we'll do operator closest to point is what we need to do. So let's do add motion. The target will be operator closest to point. Right? Where is that? What's it look like? It looks like that. Operator closest to point. It looks like a little arrow thingy. That's it, closest to point. Gets the closest entity in a list to a point. So first off, so that'll be the entity that's going to get moved, right? So we'll say that. Position will be entity position of the player. So the object that's closest to me is what's going to get moved, right? So we'll do entity position of the caster. I can search for caster. Oh, that's right, Castellan. Selector caster, right? So that's cool. Now you need a target. So the target is the entity list. So that will be random entity. Gets a random entity from a list. Entity look, closest to point. I want to get the list of all entities. Nearby animals, nearby enemies, nearby items, nearby living, nearby projectiles. So let's do nearby items. And that can be nearby to the caster. This should say that you're cool. And then radius can be, I don't know, 3 blocks. Is that good? And now what do you need? Oh, you need to trick add motion. You need direction and speed. So I probably don't want these here. So let's do this. Let's move caster up here, right? And then position can be here. How's that sound? Cool. So what we have is we're adding motion. What are we adding motion to? The object, the entity that's closest to a specific point. The point is the position of the caster. So the object that's closest to me, and the object whose list we're pulling from, which is target entity list, is this guy, which is nearby items. So nearby items near to what? Near to, follow the line, back up to my position. Cool. So now you just need a direction and a speed. So the direction will be the entity look vector of the caster. And the speed can be, I don't know, 2. Does that sound fair? How's that for cost? Not terrible. So that should be a valid spell. If I remember my Psi enough, and it's been a while, what it should do is take that and push it away from me in the direction I'm looking. So if I'm looking this way, watch, it'll push it that way. Haha, that's cool. I like that I remember enough of this mod to be able to do this. It's literally been like a year or two since I played with this mod, and I'm like a little proud of myself for remembering it this well. Numbers. So this is an easy one to clear throughout, right? And numbers 101 is level 5, so we'll just use the sum operator. So is it? There we go. Control Shift clear, right? So we're going to use the sum operator. Number A will be 1, and number B will be 2, right? So that's going to do that, and then I want to debug that. So that should output the number 3. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Ha! Look at me! I'm good at Psi. Alright, cool. So now, vectors! Okay, now I'm not good at Psi anymore. Can I skip vectors? Is that a possibility? Could try. Alternate casting. Selector focal point. Selects the focal point entity of the spell. It's been a while. Well, we'll probably try and vector constructs. Oh yeah, construct a vector from XYZ coordinates. Okay, that's not too bad. I think I can do that. I can skip most of this and not worry about it, but I think what I can do vector construct, and we just give it the XYZ coordinates. So I could just do up, and make it. So let's make this 0 and make this 1. So that should be like 1 positive on the Y. So that's like an up arrow, right? That's your vector. So if I just debug this, that should complete the quest. Vector 0, 1, 0. Booyah. Gotta level up. Alternate casting and block works. Okay, cool. So let's do alternate cast. So find from the standard spell nodes, alternate spell nodes can be created that allow for spells to be cast in different ways. Projectile spell nodes, instead of casting the spell straight away, emit a projectile that casts the spell upon colliding with something. Grenade spell nodes function. Okay, so we're gonna need another spell type. So let's go to Psi. And we need, instead of like a regular spell, we need a projectile spell node. So I need an arrow for that, which I should have a bajillion of. Literally. And another piece of paper. So that should be cool. So then what I should be able to do is just do an explosion on the focal point of the spell. And a power of 2. And that, what don't you like? Position vector, power number constant. What don't you like? A parameter is facing an invalid piece. 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 4, 4. Yeah. You don't like my position parameter? Selects the focal point entity of the spell. So what if I did explosion operator entity position focal point? Does that work? That seems to work. Okay. So I just need to get the position of the focal point. And actually I need it to be this spell, not that spell. Sweet! Wherever the projectile hits, there's an explosion. See that? Neat. Okay, cool. So with that said, we are now level 9, and we can do block works. Trick, break block sequence. Breaks a sequence of blocks defined by a vector. Cool. Alright, so we have to learn this one. I remember creating cool sequences of things, right? So first off, the position breaks is a vector, the target is a vector, and the max number is a constant. So what's your tip for that? Cool. Place blocks. There's something we have to keep in mind. However, our standard implementation of operator vector raycast gives us the block the player is looking at. We can't place a block there as one already exists. To remedy that, we can combine our operator vector raycast with the new oh yeah, confusing stuff. This one's getting a little complex, but let's see what we can come up with. Position might be position of the caster, so the caster's position, right? The target can be the look vector of that dude, and max can be 1. Is that a valid spell? If it's a valid spell, it's not going to be all that useful, right? I'll be honest. But if it's a valid spell, it's a valid spell, and it completes what we want to do. Hey, what are you doing now? Sweet. I expected that to break at least 1 block. But I'm clearly doing something wrong, so... Not going to worry too much about it because we leveled up, right? Hey, Trick Infusion. Nice. Infuses gold into Psi metal. Check. That's an easy one, right? So gold becomes Psi metal. So we're going to do that. And that's all there is to making the infusion guy. Bing, bing, burp, deep. Psi metal. Nice. That's cool. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that completes this quest. Which means, once you reach level 15 of Psi, you're able to turn diamonds into Psi gems. Cool. We have to do a few more quests. Alright, next one we gotta do is move a block. So let's give this a shot. Trick move block. We might need to upgrade our Psi gun a little bit for this, but we'll find out. So position is a vector and target is a vector. So position might be a vector raycast, because that returns a vector of my entity look and entity position of the caster, right? So your position is entity position, and your ray is entity look. And then your target, could I make that just entity look? Would that work? It says it works. Spell target is outside maximum 32 block radius. Alright, I did something wrong, but the spell worked. So... I know when I get into vectors, I need to probably spend more time actually paying attention to what I'm doing. Because I did something wrong there, and I don't remember what it is, but it's all good. Hey, let's summon a lightning strike, because that sounds like fun. Delete. Smite. You need a position, which is a vector, so you're going to be the raycast. Did I use axis raycast last time? Is that maybe why it didn't work? Entity look, entity position, oops, raycast of the caster. So position will be entity position, ray, this, and that. And if I'm not mistaken, that summons a lightning bolt wherever I'm looking. Sweet. And I know we're a little bit over on the episode here, but that's okay. Movement advances. Trick blink. Okay, that's an easy one to get to. I remember that being pretty easy. Blink just needs a target and a distance. So I'm going to do entity look of the caster. Target is entity. Oh, who's getting blown? Okay, cool. So that might just be caster, and then we're cool. Entity. Maybe you're complaining because I don't have a distance in there right now. Yeah, now you're good. Blink. Yep. Good enough for me to complete the quest. Loop casting. Selects the amount of loop cast executions done. Cool. We'll see if I can cheese this one a little bit. Loopcaster. Can I just debug you? Now I might need a loop casting. Well, it worked. It worked, and that's what counts. Cool. Greater Infusion. Nice. So let's get like 2 more spell doohickeys, right? We'll get... One, 2. One of these will be Infusion, and one of these will be the other Infusion. So, Trick Infusion can be you. And... Trick Greater Infusion. Now, of course, you're named Debug. So let's do that. And then we'll do Infusion. And then we can put these in our wand. So now we've got Infusion and Greater Infusion. Sweet. So, ta-da! And now we can convert diamonds into... How many do I need? Is it going to tell me? I only need 1 for now. So if I do Greater Infusion, your rod stats are too weak to cast the spell. Wah, wah, wah. We're going to need a better rod for this one. So we need one that has a potency of 250, and then we'll be good. So potency is improved by, that's bandwidth and notches, complexity and projection. Cool, there's potency. It was 250 we needed, right? Yeah. So if I got myself a Psi metal rod frame, which is 4 Psi metal, and let's also, while we're at it, get like some better versions of this. So that's so this is a better version for sure. What's this? 16 and 4, 32 and 6. I don't have that yet, so I'll just stick with the gold one. That should be cool. And then let's see. This is not bad. Medium. 6 and 8. That needs a diamond one, right? So let's just do that. And did we need another? Oh, we needed these guys, right? Overflow. That sounds good. So in theory, I should be able to do that, and that's going to be a better focusing rod. I'm going to take my spells out of this junky focusing rod and put them in this one, which has more slots for spells, by the way. I don't know if you picked up on that. But now there's 6 slots for spells. But now I can do Greater Infusion. Yeah, that's what's up. Booyah. Nice. Alright, cool. So that's a quest complete. Claim. And now, to complete this chapter, we only need Psi Metal Sword, Pickaxe, Axe, Shovel, Focusing Plate, Helmet, Focusing Plate, Chest Plate. So we basically need all the gear, right? So... do all these require diamonds? So 3, 4 diamonds, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 diamonds. Now, is this per cast or? Oh yeah, no, it totally worked. Sweet. And then we need like a healthy amount of diamonds. I'm not even gonna worry about you. So I have plenty of gold, right? And then we'll just kind of see how it goes. All right, so you. That's a vector ruler. We don't want one of those. We want a shovel. We want a pickaxe. We need more wood. Totally running late on the episode, but this will complete this quest completely, or this chapter completely, and I kind of just want to do that. Nice. That's what's up. That's cool. So in theory, hey, look at that. The power of stars. We get to unlock Astral Sorcery. Dudes, we unlocked Astral Sorcery. I'm excited about that because I like Astral Sorcery. It is a really cool new mod, and I'm excited to be able to play with it. So we unlocked Power of Stars. All right, way past wrapping up points. So Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time. We will have fun, maybe playing with Astral Sorcery. I'm excited about that. And where have I been putting my trophies? I forget. Maybe over here. But yeah, I'm a little excited. Astral Sorcery is what's up. All right, guys, take it easy.